she's been pretty much passed around. She belongs to the streets. And today, the type of girl Tekashi 6ix9ine baby mom is the type of woman that belongs to the streets. But you got to understand, Tekashi belongs to the streets as well. So let's get to it.
We ain't finna go back and forth.
See, she with Rich the Kid, making sure she being seen. That's starting, jumping from rapper to rapper to rapper.
Check it out now. Let me tell you this. People ask your act.
Right? And then that video is going to take me into my lecture today. All right? And the lecture today is going to be, she belongs to the streets. All right? The girl that belongs to the streets, it's not going to matter if she's from the suburbs. It's not going to matter if she's from the middle class. And it's not going to matter if she's from poverty. All right? You can't turn a bad girl good. When a good girl has gone bad, she's gone forever. All right? Women, when they're birthed, they're on the same level as a man. They're born beta. The only difference is with the hormones of a woman's hormone and the way her body is set up, she's supposed to remain beta for the rest of her life. A man is actually supposed to grow into an alpha. That's what exactly, based off his hormone, based off of his body, he's supposed to grow into an alpha. You know what I mean? That's the main thing about, hold on one second. He's supposed to grow into an alpha. So when we start talking about the girl that belonged to the streets, you have to understand, for her to get involved into the streets, it's going to come a lot from her upbringing. All right? The way she was. Once they go bad, you try to clean them up, you're going to get cut trying to change a woman that's been in the streets, period. That's just like going to the rescue and getting a pit bull that used to be in dog fights. You may get bit a couple times before you train them not to bite you anymore. It's the same thing with a woman when she belongs to the streets. All right? Okay. One thing you got to know about the woman that belonged to the streets. She's going to always have a lot of guy friends. Lil Wayne Davis, good luck, bro. She's going to always have a lot of male friends. All right. And the reason why she has a lot of male friends is because a lot of thotties feel like they have the upper hand if they hang out with guys because there's so many girls that want to fight them. All right. They don't get along with women at all. A girl that belongs to the streets is going to always be dating a different guy. She's going to always be seen with a different guy. She's going to always be fighting if she need to. The girl that belongs to the streets does not have any friends at all. Now, you may have girl gangs that are actually in the streets, but when we talk about the thought that belongs to the streets, the girl that's going to date the drug dealer, she going to date the rapper, she going to date the bad boy, she going to date all that. Angela Simmons, you're right. Angela, you know what happened with Angela Simmons? She put herself in the streets because she came from such a good family. And that's where a lot of parents are messing up. A lot of parents are trying to be so good. They trying to be the coolest parent in the world, or they're trying to raise their kids to be super strict. Once they get a hold to the streets and they haven't been taught about the streets and they running with wolves, they could get damaged. The only thing is about a female, she lives off emotions. One thing about these street dudes, they're really good in bed. So when you can take a woman who's used to being around boring men, when they come across this bad guy and that bad guy gives her excitement, and that bad boy gives her excitement, then she's going to attach to that. See, when a woman wakes up and she has 1,000 guys that's being nice to her, the guy that's not nice is going to stand out. This is what makes them attracted to the bad guy. Now, what you have to understand is about the girl before she belongs to the streets. She falls in love heavy. She falls in love with the wrong guy, and it's typically her first love. Her first love she attaches to, and she attaches to the wrong guy. Now, one thing about the bad guy, this is how she's going to get attached to the streets and how it builds up with the bad guy. It's because the bad guy does all the freaky stuff with her, turn her out. He has sex with her a lot. So in other words, it causes her to have a lot of hormones and a lot of orgasms. When women have orgasms, they feel good. You know what I'm saying? It's when the heartbreak happens. When the heartbreak happens and the guy that she fell in love with dogs her out, that's when she starts getting closer to the streets. All right? What pushes a lot of women to be in the streets is being broke. It's being broke. I'm telling you, you're going to see more women who are broke that are in the streets. And I'm talking about suburb women too. Like, you got to realize that a lot of suburb women, parents get to the point where they'll stop supporting them. And then those girls are like, oh man, what do? I don't want to work a job. I've been doing this. What do? They got to go get it in the streets. You're right, Alex. OnlyFans. OnlyFans. Angela Simmons is a clown. Angela Simmons had the chance. You want to know what's funny about Angela Simmons? She has Yo Gotti that wants her, right? He's like the only guy that wants her and she don't want him. That's crazy. You know what I mean? But when it comes to the girl that belongs to the streets, typically she's going to always be in survival mode. Boss player, what's up? She's going to always be in survival mode. All right. That's what you have to understand. When a person is in survival mode, especially a woman, they're not thinking with their right mind. They're not at all. And the girl that belongs to the streets would never be thinking with her right mind because she's going to be making emotional decisions. Most of her decisions will be emotional. She don't see the stupidness until she get older in age. So just realize when it comes to the girl that belongs to the streets, she stays in the streets because she's in survival mode. Eric Comager, good luck. Thanks, bro. Next. When it comes to the girl in the streets, there's no such thing as embarrassment with her. See, she's not going to say, hey, I slept with 20 guys. She just would never admit it. She'll never doubt you. She'll never say no. See, when it comes to the girl that belongs in the street, she's expecting women to hate. You know what I'm saying? But she's also expecting guys to want her no matter how many guys she sleep with because she surrounds herself with thirsty heads. All right? But all the women see what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? All the girls are going to see what she's doing. And that's what most of her problem is going to be at. It's because they're going to always keep the drama. But once her neurological system becomes programmed to the drama, then she becomes numb to the drama. That's what you got to understand. When a woman becomes numb to the drama, that's what makes her soulless. And that's where you get you can't turn a bad girl good, but when a good girl goes bad, she's gone forever. It's because these are steps that build up to actually push her in the streets. Once she gets in the streets, there ain't no going back. That's the thing about a woman. It's hard for them to clean themselves up. Next. When she has kids, she's having kids for a paycheck. She's having kids for housing. That's what girls that belong to the streets do. The girls that belong to the streets, this is what they gonna do. They gonna hang around all the thugs, but then they gonna try to find a simp to have a kid with. See, they know the thugs are not gonna pay the child support, but they'll slide out and find a good guy and have a kid with the good guy and then go hang back out with the thugs just so the good guy pay the child support. That's what you gotta understand about the girl that's in the streets. When they get into survival mode, all that goes out. She'll fake fall in love with a man just to have a kid and trap him. You know what I mean? All right, who else we got up in here? Bro Life, good luck, bro. Good luck, bro. All right, next. We're going to talk about girls that belong to the streets. They would team up with another alpha male to use a beta. Prime example, if you guys ever seen the movie Casino, all right? The movie Casino with what was that? Robert De Niro, where he played Ace, all right? What you have to understand is, remember in Casino when she married Ace, and then she kept taking the money back to the pimp always had a mind control over her. So another man was able to control her mind to get her to go marry a rich guy just to get the money out of the rich guy and bring it back to him. You have to understand, women are doing this every single day. Not all. And one thing that I want to say about that too, a lot of what I say in my videos do not pertain to every woman, but nature does. Nature does. It's just that it'll take some women longer to get around to that. All right, but women's nature's there, but not every video is designed for every single type of woman. I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there. Now we're going to go ahead and get back on to the girl that belongs to the streets. All right. One thing about the girl that belongs to the streets, if you're a man who is doing good with his life, all right, you're more prone to attract to this woman. Because when you work every day, you focus on working every day, and you start structuralizing your life, life gets kind of boring. All right. A lot of beta males out there, your life will get kind of boring whenever you're actually living a good life. And when you come across these thotties, right, you have a tendency to be with these thotties. You have a tendency to fall for these thotties because these thotties bring excitement to your life. You know what I'm saying? There are women out there who have such a boring life that they would be with a man that's constantly keeping up drama just so their life is not boring. That's why they attract to the bad guy. But guess what? It's the same thing with a lot of beta males as well. Big shout outs to Stephen Price. Tall, dark, and handsome. Good luck. All right? That's what you have to understand. So now, man, I done lost my train of thought. But we're going to keep it moving. So what you need to understand, I got it back. So what you need to understand is, whenever you're a man and you're structuralizing your life, sometimes a good girl would be boring to you, and you have the tendency to attract to the thotty. And this is where a lot of guys that do not know the streets, that don't come from the streets, they may see a broken thotty and then you feel like you can fix them. This is what a lot of guys that are smart do. You find girls that are broken so you can fix them. And in a lot of cases, if you have not been trained on the type of thotty, then you're going to be blinded by her sexuality. All right? That's where the girls in the streets come in at. That's the advantage that the girl in the street has. Because the girl in the streets, she done been a prostitute. She done been a succubus. She done been a good girl. She done been a bad girl. She done been every type of girl there is out there. But when it comes to the guy who lives a structured life and may be a good dude, you attract to that because opposites will attract for excitement. It's when you're not able to make the adjustment, it's when you're going to get burnt.